Alright. Let's jump back into it. Got a long day ahead of me, so I need to knock this out quickly. And once again, hopefully you guys' pull out of the Hero Festival has been nice, has been kind, gracious, however you want to put it. And getting closer to our Holy Gleam for the month. I still need to finish out. I didn't get out the other. Well, no, I did get to floor 50 on the Tower of Chaos. I just need to run the rest of it. Some of the familiar names I know from the Capture Festival has kind of fallen off. They got to the 100 and something that you need total to complete. And I say complete, like complete your Astro Guide for the Capture Festival Astromon. That's about 116 Astromon you have to catch, I believe. So, I know, again, familiar names I see all the time, every month for the past probably 6-7 months. They capture about the number needed to complete the guide, and then they're usually done. They don't go any higher, kind of like what you guys saw with me in January and a little bit into February. There we go there. Let's jump into here. And just craft that one. I'll knock those out later. Grab here. Gold is here for the bingo for today. Actually been working on so another MMO I play in my free time is Black Desert Online. And so I've been doing a lot of things on there as well, moving inventory and things, getting ready for that one specifically, getting ready for the next season on there, if you're familiar with that one. But that's a kind of an interesting topic I've been thinking about a lot lately, and even it kind of goes back into Monster Super League. And honestly, with any game out there that wants to, stay longevity, and it's always about like pulling new players in, especially with what you see with mobile games. If you stop gaining new players in there, you can still sustain if people are buying stuff, right? If you're adding content or whatever that people are willing to pay money for from a business standpoint, right? I mean, it's gonna stay alive. And then that goes the same with like the MMO motto and whatnot. But in the same way there, that's the one thing about Black Desert that I did stream quite a bit too. And again, I'm a casual player in that. I'm casual with a lot of things I do, but for that in comparison, again, with like Monster Super League 2, is just what they did specifically with these seasonal servers, just talking about them, is, it really gave new players and old players. So it's benefiting older players by letting them, make another character and get more, and still reap the benefits, as same as bringing new players in and saying, hey, we're going to give you a fast track to leveling, and they have a really good way of doing it. And that's generally for like an MMO. But when I think of like new players coming into here too, not a whole lot besides the hero contracts have been changed to allow a more, I guess, easier progression, because even I noticed that with the new account, which I do have more episodes to get around to that. I just haven't had the time to work on the on things on there anyway. And again, you guys know, if you have questions, I will always answer them as fast as I can in the comment section. But specifically, Monster Super League did streamline it with the specifically the changing of the contracts and giving stuff. There's also a lot of new ways, just with the Heroes Dungeon as well, giving 5 stars to kind of help boost it. But when it comes to like retaining, though, that's the, again, to show a comparison, that's where I 100% you can kind of see where the problem ends up lying for the game specifically is just the amount of time that is needed to dedicate. Because I say this all the time with even my account, and again, I'm a casual player. My account specifically, right? It's taken 4 years to accumulate this kind of stuff, and it's not that this everything needs to be handed to you almost immediately. That's not what I'm getting at 100%. It's more or less the idea that, and I'm trying not to say like attention span, but like quite literally that's what I mean, is a lot of people don't have or don't want to, dedicate that kind of time even now anymore, and I'd argue even back in the day. And so retainability as far as players go, and I've seen that. Wow, I didn't even get a chance to do that on I didn't even get a chance to stun on that one. So we are just gonna swipe, and Loki is down. So outside of progressing, like, because again, and this just comes from playing games in general. You hit a wall, and then usually where you fizzle out is kind of like how do you progress? What's the next step? And with the internet and everything anymore, and people talking about it in guides, and et cetera, et cetera. The one thing I always remember when I bring this kind of stuff up is the idea that even with all those guides out there, you still might not retain players, because eventually it gets to a point where, especially these mobile games, like the gacha simulators for itself is like, well, how many hours am I going to spend, getting gems or whatnot? And again, that's why they entice you to buy and things like that. But it's also, again, where I do stand with this game specifically, the free-to-play model is still one of the better ones out there for this game, because there's plenty of examples of other mobile games out there that once you're done, like once you're out of energy, for instance, you can't do anything else. You just have to wait for it to recharge. You can't even buy it. What was that one that came out? It was another anime style one, but it was like a tower defense. Oh, I'm just trying to remember it. Because I played it, I actually did like it, but once again, one of the biggest problems I had with it was specifically it, again, wouldn't let you keep playing the game. It literally said, okay, you're basically done. You're done for now playing the game. You're like, wait a minute, but I want to keep playing. And it was like, yeah, sorry, nope. And when you hinder players like that, imagine paying $60 for a game, right, that you put up on whatever console or put on your PC, and it comes down and it says, sorry, nope, you can't play me anymore. You got to put me down for 12 hours and come back in 12 hours and you can play again. I'd be pissed. And that's kind of where I felt on that game was, hey, if I'm gonna bother putting money into your game, specifically don't tell me I can't continue to play it. So that was a big turnoff to me, and they didn't have a bad new player experience just talking about that specifically. But anyway, I digress. Like I said, quick dailies out here. I've got some appointments and stuff later on today I got to get to, so get this nice and quick. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.